Welcome back. Let's continue our adventures to episodes 6, 7, and 8. After narrowly fending off the Buggy Pirates, Luffy, Zoro, and Nami catch their breath, but not without consequences. Zoro's seriously injured. Despite his wounds, Zoro still manages to pull Luffy's heavy cage through the streets, leaving Nami both surprised and impressed by his sheer willpower. Eventually, they come across a small pet shop where they notice an unusual sight. A tiny dog named Shushu standing guard, protecting the shop. As Luffy tries to befriend Shushu, the loyal dog snaps at him, fiercely guarding his territory. Just then, Nami arrives with the key she managed to steal from Buggy, ready to finally set Luffy free. But just as they're about to unlock the cage, things take a hilarious twist. Shushu, suddenly curious, grabs the key and swallows it whole. Luffy desperately tries to get Shushu to spit it out, but it's no use. Hearing the commotion, the town's mayor, Boodle, rushes over and quickly notices Zoro's serious injuries. He insists on taking Zoro to a doctor, but Zoro, ever stubborn, brushes it off, saying he's fine and just needs some sleep to recover. The mayor explains that Shushu's loyalty runs deep. This shop belonged to his owner, who tragically passed away due to illness. Since then, Shushu has remained by the store, defending it as a final tribute to his beloved owner. Elsewhere, Buggy the Clown, furious at the resistance in Orangetown, decides to send his first mate, Moji the Beast Tamer, to hunt down and eliminate Zoro. Moji, riding his ferocious lion Richie, spots Luffy, still trapped in the cage. Richie lunges at Luffy, and in the chaos of the attack, the cage breaks, finally setting Luffy free, but also sending him flying. In a heartbreaking moment, Richie raids Shushu's shop, devouring all the food and reducing the store to rubble as Shushu tries to defend it. As the shop burns, Shushu's loyalty shines through, but it's no match for the overwhelming force of Moji and Richie. Seeing Shushu's heartache, Luffy's anger erupts. He charges at Moji and Richie, unleashing his wrath to protect both Shushu and Orangetown. With quick moves and unyielding strength, Luffy defeats them both and rescues a single box of pet food from the debris, offering it to Shushu as a small, meaningful gesture. Meanwhile, back with Buggy, a battered Moji returns to report his defeat, igniting Buggy's fury. Enraged, Buggy fires one of his powerful buggy balls straight at the mayor's house, reducing it to rubble. Zoro narrowly survives the blast, but the senseless destruction drives Mayor Boodle to stand up to Buggy's tyranny. Although she turns down Luffy's invitation to join his crew, Nami agrees to team up with him and Zoro temporarily, determined to help them take down Buggy and his ruthless crew once and for all. Boodle, determined to defend his town, charges at Buggy, but he's swiftly overpowered. Luffy intervenes and saves Boodle just in time. However, sensing the danger, Luffy makes a surprising move. He knocks Boodle unconscious, shocking everyone. While Nami argues there could have been a gentler way, Luffy knew Boodle was pushing his limits and acted to protect him, even if his methods seemed drastic. Buggy then readies his infamous Buggy Ball cannon. He aims it directly at Luffy's crew, planning to obliterate them in one shot. But Luffy, ever resourceful, stretches out his rubber body, catches the explosive Buggy Ball, and flings it right back toward Buggy's men. The explosion tears through the Buggy Pirates' ranks, leaving Buggy himself and a few others standing, thanks to Buggy using his own crew as shields. Now, Buggy's right-hand man, Kabaji the Acrobat, steps up to face Luffy's crew on Buggy's behalf. But instead of Luffy, Zoro decides to take on Kabaji one-on-one, despite still nursing a stab wound from a previous battle. The duel begins, and Kabaji uses every dirty trick he can to gain an edge. He targets Zoro's wound relentlessly, even attacking from his unicycle to throw Zoro off balance. Concerned about Zoro's injuries, Nami urges Luffy to step in, but instead, Luffy quietly watches, trusting in Zoro's strength and skill to handle the fight on his own. And Luffy's faith is well placed. Zoro, with his ambition to become the world's greatest swordsman, can't afford to lose here. Gathering his strength, he unleashes his signature onigiri technique, slicing cleanly through Kabaji's defenses and landing a decisive strike to his chest. Kabaji crumples to the ground, defeated. Exhausted, Zoro collapses too, drifting into a deep sleep right on the battlefield, leaving Luffy and Buggy as the final fighters still standing. Meanwhile, Nami has her own mission. She sneaks into Buggy's hideout, finding herself in a pub stacked with treasure. Her eyes light up, but she's here for one thing, the Grand Line map she gave up to Buggy. Just then, a drunk guard stumbles in. Thinking fast, she tricks him, takes his key, and unlocks a chest, where she finally finds the map. The treasure and the map in hand, she makes a swift escape. Back on the battlefield, the ultimate showdown begins between Luffy and Buggy. Buggy, using his chop-chop powers, detaches his body parts, dodging Luffy's punches with ease. But the real shock comes when Buggy slashes Luffy's straw hat. The hat, a treasured gift from Luffy's mentor Shanks, is pierced with 3 knives, infuriating Luffy beyond words. In a heated exchange, Luffy reveals the hat's significance, a reminder of Shanks' legacy. Buggy responds with venom, declaring his own grudge against Shanks, cursing his name as he stomps on Luffy's precious straw hat. Buggy reveals his grudge against Shanks, going back to when they were young pirates on the same crew. During a raid on an enemy ship, Buggy discovered a treasure map showing the treasure was hidden on the ocean floor. Later, Shanks casually mentioned that their crew had also seized a devil fruit, one that could sell for a fortune. That gave Buggy an idea. He'd steal the fruit, sell it, and then use the map to claim the treasure, making him rich enough to start his own pirate crew. To cover his plan, he pretended to eat the fruit in front of the crew, but secretly kept it aside for his escape. Just as he was sneaking away, Shanks caught him by surprise, and Buggy accidentally swallowed the devil fruit for real. His map then slipped overboard, and when Buggy tried to dive after it, he realized he could no longer swim. From that day on, Buggy's resentment toward Shanks only grew, blaming him for the loss of his dreams. In the present, Buggy spots Nami sneaking off with his treasure. No way he's letting that slide. He chases her, upper body floating like a mad balloon. But just as he closes in, Luffy steps in, and bam, lands a perfect kick right in Buggy's jewels. Despite the pain, Buggy flies into a rage and uses his Bara Bara Festival attack, splitting his body into pieces to trap Nami. But just in time, Luffy charges in and lands a powerful kick, sending Buggy flying. Buggy tries to reassemble his parts to retaliate, but Nami seizes the moment. She quickly ropes up most of his body parts, leaving him as a tiny version of himself. Luffy then unleashes his iconic bazooka technique, sending Buggy flying right out of Orangetown, granting Luffy a hard-fought victory. After the battle, Nami hands Luffy a map of the Grand Line, but keeps most of Buggy's treasure for herself, a reward she feels she's earned. She agrees to team up with Luffy and Zoro, though she's only in it for the money. Meanwhile, the citizens of Orangetown, who had fled from Buggy's attacks, decide to return and check on the mayor's safety. However, they mistakenly believe Luffy's crew was responsible for the destruction and start to chase them out. Shushu, the loyal dog who knows what really happened, bravely steps in to stop the angry mob, allowing Luffy and his crew to make their escape. Boodle, the mayor, awakens and sees that Buggy's pirates have been driven away. Grateful, he heads to the pier to thank the crew. As the crew says their goodbyes, it's revealed that Luffy left Buggy's treasure behind to help the townspeople rebuild. Nami is fuming and vents her frustration on him, but Luffy's gesture shines through, showing his kind-hearted nature and selflessness.